can't do nothing but be happy. And that's difficult in a world where individuals have the propensity to choose to be happy and or to be mad, frustrated, no matter what. That's the definition of a high vibrational frequency. When everything possible could point to anything outside of choosing, remember choice, choosing to gravitate toward the feeling of being content no matter what. Here's what I can't respect. Now, we are all guaranteed frustration, agitation, irritation. We all guaranteed that. Especially when the planets are in certain places or placements where we in the classroom season. And right now, we in the classroom season. And granted, a lot of people don't understand that, but one thing I do not respect about some of the people in my environment and or my midst is people don't know who to be mad at. And now we can pick and choose what to be upset about. But to be mad at someone based upon what we are already upset about is dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong. So I encountered an individual today, and whatever the young lady issue was, I know it was beyond me because I never met her, never introduced myself. However, this young lady seemingly wanted to perhaps shuffle words around back and forth. And my thing is, a person who doesn't even have the mental capacity to disagree with me on an intellectual level can never upset me. Ever. You don't even have the capacity. You don't even have the mental stability to upset me. However, to work on my last nerve doesn't take much. But while whatever I may encounter in terms of agitation and or irritation and or frustration, one thing I never do is take it out on another individual. I never take that energy and press it on someone else and make it their problem. Now, for me to have an issue about an issue, it's just an issue about an issue, and typically those things are sorted out. And one thing about me, I'm a Sagittarius with ascendant in Virgo. My mouth, oh, I know, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Gemini moon, ooh, I get it. But it don't be personal. Sometimes I'm just the type of person, I'm a hermit. So I don't want you to keep continuously talking to me. If even if in a situation where you feel as though you needed to check me about whatever, I ride with that. But there's a certain way of doing and saying any and everything to get the outcome that you desire. And some outcomes or some individuals' desire for a specific outcome, I notice in this time frame, in this era, is simply to agitate or irritate or transgress upon someone else based upon what you already feeling. Because there's been times in my life where I was irritated at the world, but I never took that out on nobody's child and or their mother and or their sister and or their brother or my brother, you know what I'm saying, my sister, you know what I'm saying. It's not that personal. So at this point in my life, I'm trying to figure out where does that come from. Because for an individual to pick apart small aspects of what is said and carry it along as though it was so extensive to have been offensive is a personal issue. And it's more common amongst the black community. I am amongst the black community. And I noticed that this doesn't differentiate between individuals who are in family conglomerates no more or less than it does with individuals that are pure strangers. Or perhaps it's something just simply about me, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I feel like the chosen are always subject to someone else's irritation and or frustration. But I don't necessarily always have the calmest get out of my face. And I'm working on that. I'm just newly 30, barely. I just walked through it. I just got in here. Okay? I'm barely 30. So I'm learning that temperance in the Sagittarius. And I'm learning that rationality within my Hermit. And I'm learning that duality within my Gemini. So there's so many levels of balance that I'm learning to encounter as it pertains to people with an irritated spirit. Because one thing I was not prepared for in life as I began to create and walk into my essence of who I am, and I've always been, even when I was a little girl, I was the type that was going to tell you, nah, I don't want that. Don't give me that. I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want to do. I wanted to go there. I want them. I like those. You know what I'm saying? I've always been very extremely expressive. It is in my nature. It is in my essence. It is in the element for which I exist. Communication. But I noticed that, and y'all teachers and y'all leaders, y'all back me up on this. I noticed that sometimes we can become subject to other people's irritation who have the ability to decide and discern whether situations go right or left in an individual's favor, which I do not think is fair. However, what I'm not at liberty to do ever is to take my frustration out on anyone, nor am I ever in the liberty of accepting anyone else's. Now, unfortunately, people are walking around on this planetary existence looking for verbal confrontation when life itself is hard enough. Life itself is hard enough. Where does an individual get the energy while existing to be irrational? Where does that come from? Where does the energy of it come from? Because if you anything like me, you're out here trying to manifest your reality. And when things for the chosen ones, when things don't necessarily go our way, we just, okay, that's cool. Bet. All right, that's all right. Cool. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Fine. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. All right, cool. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. Cool. And we learn to exist within that realm of existence, because that has become our new reality, because we are ever changing. And the best thing about being ever changing is understanding that there is a responsibility to the notion of everything that I see and everything that I assume is not going to always be as I want it to be. But one thing I cannot respect is a person who has all of the same abilities to do whatever it is they want to do, but choose not to. And that's their business. But ultimately to become upset and or obsessed with an individual who chooses to. That's a problem. And it ain't nothing we could do about it, because it exists amongst a community of individuals who perhaps their mothers were that way and their mothers' mothers were that way. And, you know, and my family is that way. which is why it was so important for me to break certain belief systems and certain ways of thinking and feeling. And it would disgust me to the point where I will have to figure out how to apologize if I took anything out that I was ever going through on somebody else. Oh, that would break my heart. That would break my heart. I'd be looking for that person like, look, bro, I was having a bad day. And I'm sorry, bro. Because you didn't deserve, whoop-de-wop, bam, boom. I would look for that person. Because I have a certain, consciousness that will not allow me to go to sleep if I've wronged somebody, or I've done somebody bad, or if I've talked about somebody, or I've spoke on situations that I knew nothing of, but in my own, whatever, or I took a certain situation out on an innocent person, that will break my heart until I fixed it. But other individuals, I notice, become heartbroken when they can't take that level of frustration and irritation out on another. I don't respect that. Damn, I don't respect that. But if you have any advice for me as it pertains to this, please make a video of it. And yeah.